All right, let's take a look at the shelling operation. And so basically, this is going to be used to hollow out whatever solid that we want by selecting certain faces. And if we um, look down here, the book on page 266 shows some examples of what happens in this operation. And so in this first example here, we select one face, and you can see that it hollows that out down to the bottom. One face, we select that whole side, and you can see it shells out. And during this operation, we're able to give it a wall thickness so it knows how much to leave. Here's some multiple faces, and then this last one, if no faces are selected, this is actually a sectional view, but what it did was it hollowed out the inside. This is what it would look like, but it hollowed out the inside and left all the outside faces intact. Okay, so let's take a look back at the part and see how to use this. So we're going to go up to Features. We're going to select Shell. We're going to set our thickness here to 1.5 millimeters. And now we're going to pick some faces to shell here. And we're going to pick a total of 9 faces. And these first ones sometimes can be a little tricky to get to, but we're going to select this. So there's 7. I'm going to select that one, and then we're going to select this whole back face. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the green check mark, and you can see what it did. So it basically left this wall thickness 1.5, but also that depth in 1.5. So because we shelled it from both directions, it took it out from this back face side, but then it left this protrusion because we had shelled it inwards, and it took that 1.5 millimeter thickness into account. So you can see how you could make this in other ways, but how difficult it would be and how easy it is by doing it this way. So next, in preparation for the ribs that we're going to put in here, we need to create a reference plane. So if we come up here, and it's going to be under Features, to Reference Geometry, and we want to create a plane. And what we're going to use for our first reference, we're going to come back again to our selection set, our bottom face. And I've already got 10 millimeters entered in here for our offset. That's what that D1 is. So that's going in the wrong direction. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to click on this to flip this direction. There we go. And now you can see that plane is created there, that we can either extrude things to it, we can create things on it like we've done from the start. And so again, we can put these planes at different angles, different heights, different offsets from surfaces, and it makes, again, it's all in helping us create the geometry that we want for this part. So let's take a look on page 268 about what this rib tool does for us. And so the rib tool enables us to create a type of extruded feature. And the nice thing about this is we don't have to use a whole lot of sketch geometry to create it. And basically, as it says in the book, unlike other sketches, the rib sketch does not have to cover the complete length of the rib frame. And this is due to the fact that when we create this rib, that feature automatically extends the sketch to the end of the feature in both directions. So we don't have to have that exact length from side to side. We can make it simple, we can make it complex. And we can see here in the examples what they've done here in this rib. In this first example, all they've done is created a diagonal line from the bottom of this circle to the top of this boss along this plane. And when they created the rib, this is what they end up with. Same here. They created a plane. They just put this small line. It doesn't even contact the circle and this boss here. But because it's constrained between these two items, when they create the rib, it automatically attaches or ends to that circle and to that point. And then same with here. Here's a little bit more complex sketch. We've got a circle and two lines that cross. And we created, they started a plane to create it on, and then you can see when that rib was created, you can see that the shape that it made. And so one of the things that we're going to give it is the thickness, obviously, of that rib. That's what's controlling that.